All right, everyone, welcome to another edition of Meta Tuesdays here in Arena Underground. This week we are playing Throne of Eldraine Standard. What that means is that we've already passed rotation. We no longer have the old expansions, and we have the new Throne of Eldraine cards available to us. And we're going to feature mono red. I mean, we're still waiting for the meta to clean up a bit. I'm sure the pro players are still trying out different things and just seeing which are the best decks in the format. Mono red, it's still very high in the percentage of being played. That being that even though we lost a few cards, the deck is still very powerful. And yeah, so what do we have here? This is my version of mono red. It's not clearly the one that is most used in the meta. We do have Fervent Champion as another 1/1 that has haste. We also added Bone Crusher Giant, which is a great card, allowing us to at instant speed deal 2 damage and then have an extra creature available. We also added a few Slain Fire. It's a great way to deal 4 damage to any target. Being that we're playing mono red, we're always going to be casting it for 4 damage. And we also added 2 of our new Castle of Embereth lands, which are great again if we have a few creatures online and we're able to get in. We can use the activation here to give +1, and it's a really good option for any mono red deck. So we are playing Cavalcade still. I think Cavalcade is the best card for mono red at the moment. That being said, we're gonna see a couple of games here, really quick games, which is the usual with mono red. I think mono red is not at the top of the tier 1 decks because it lacks certain things to be the best deck in standard. But that said, it will get a lot of wins for you. So I think everybody should try this deck, at least learn how it plays out. That way, if you're playing something else and you're playing against the mono red opponent, you'll know what they're trying to do. So we'll go ahead and show you the games. And if you enjoyed, again, make sure to subscribe and like the video. And yeah, let's do this. Okay, we are playing mono red in the new Thrones of Eldraine meta. We go, or no, our opponent goes first actually, but our hand looks pretty nice. We'll keep this. And we are playing against the mirror, which is the usual when in the lower ranks. Yeah, we'll start with the same. See what our opponent decides to do here. They can shuck our Scorch Spitter if they want it. I feel like they do have a shock in hand, so I am going to block. That is fine, opponent. We do have a lot of lands in our hand, so hopefully we draw into some action instead of more lands in the next few turns. Alright. That is fine with us. So we'll give our opponent the option here to either trade or kill one of our creatures here. They decided not to trade because they like their Goblin Mentor. We will allow the 4 damage there. Sure. Alright, so we are in a little bit of disadvantage, but we're not in such a bad place yet. The good thing is we know Chainwhirler, it's not a thing anymore, so... Sure, alright. So our opponent did manage to draw a couple of good cards. Alright, and they have something to get rid of our Fervor champion. That is fine, opponent. So we need to draw something soon. Or we are going to be dead next turn. So we need a... This might work. So that's 1, 2, 3... 6 damage. Lost Scorch Spitter here. That should be enough to win the game. Yeah. Alright, that was a good game, opponent. Okay, we are playing mono red in the new Thrones of Eldraine meta. This looks like a fine hand if we draw into a couple of lands, so we'll try this. We do get to go first, so... And our opponent just mulliganed, so that's good. That might give us a better chance. Pass the turn, our opponent knows what we're playing. It's possible they are also playing the mirror because it's the only deck that everybody is playing in the lower ranks here. We'll go ahead and make use of our Bone Crusher here to stump the Spitter. Probably gonna see Fervent Champion, alright. That is fine with us. Light up the stage with Slaying Fire, that is fine. Interesting. So if we play in the Bone Crusher, that gives our opponent some action for the Slaying Fire. So I think our better turn is to get rid of that champion. Playing Chandra wouldn't been great. They could have killed it with the Slaying Fire and the champion as well. So I think we'll let take some damage here. That should be fine. We'll go ahead and play our Scorcher. That seems like a fair play. Gives us a couple of blockers. Again, the good thing about the new meta is that we don't have Chainwhirler, so things like these actually work pretty well. So let's see what our opponent decides to do there. They have to keep in mind our Bone Crusher is available. Okay. So we probably want to attack first. Keep our Scampering Scorcher back to block the robber here. We are going to light up the stage, see what we get. Didn't get much. Alright, so we will play our Bone Crusher now and make our opponent have 2 answers here for our blockers. Also, next turn we can play Chandra and Slayfire the robber if we need to, or the Torbrand. Okay, so this is a bit interesting. They're trying to get rid of our Bone Crusher, I believe. Okay. All right. It should be good.
Not to brag, but I'm totally the best pirate. Go get him, buddies.
Attack and whatever our opponent decided not to block, we'll take advantage of this to heal the Torbrand. Sadly, we actually got rid of the wrong token there, but should still be good. Not sure what our opponent can have in hand to get rid of our Chandra. This gives us option to fire up Heartfire and light up the stage and Slain Fire. Okay, they decided to Bone Crushes and then play the Giant. That is fine. Sure what else they're thinking. Do they have a Shuck in hand? They're trying to figure out if they should. Alright.
What the heck?
That seems fair. So I think we attack first. See what our opponent decides to do here. Okay.
Fire spreads fast.
All right,
With
opponent,
help.
what do you have? Because I'm threatening lethal next turn. We can, yeah, I thought so. Good game. All right, we are playing mono red in the new Thrones of Eldraine standard. We go first, so this is a good hand for a mono red deck that goes first. Play our Mountain, play our Street Dodger. If we're playing against the mirror, like it's the usual thing with mono red, probably see our Dodger die next turn. If not, should be good. Alright, we are playing against Golgari here, or Sultan, one of the two, which is probably the most played deck. Sure. So alright, so we should be good. Just attack with our Street Dodger here. We do need to draw into another land. Slaying Fire, yeah, the only thing, you know, we used to have Lightning Strike, which was just 2 mana. And it was great. Now having the Slate Fire with cost 3. It's definitely not great here, but we'll take this chance to play our Cavalcade and attack. If our opponent does want to trade with one of our creatures, that would be fine. Yep. This means they're not going to be able to play their Lovestruck Beast this turn. Well, play that, but we'll go forward with our Team Street Dodger attack. Still need to draw that land. Very interesting that our opponent chose to play this Lovestruck instead of this one. That should have been the correct way to play this. Right, again, we'll go forward with our attacks here. Hopefully we draw into one more land in the following turn. We do need to get rid of this Murderer's Rider. Did hit another one. Okay, so we did draw into the land. So that means that hit our opponent for, yep, I guess that's the play. Opponent is barely going to be at 4 here. We do have a good chance of winning this game still. Sure, that is fine, opponent. You are at 4. A land will probably win us the game here, and yeah, sure thing, opponent. Good game. Okay, we are playing mono red in the new standard. Yeah, this looks like a keepable hand. We have a lot of action in the first few turns, so sure. Play our Spitter first. Okay, seems like we're playing against one of the Simic decks, either Simic Flash or Simic Ramp, or Simic Oko, one or the other. 1/1s here. This means next turn our opponent will surely take 3 damage from Cavalcade. Alright, they have a lifting druid. That is fine. We do get to Cavalcade plus a Dodger. And our opponent concedes. They know what's coming. Good game. Alright, we are playing mono red in the new standard. With new cards from Throne of Eldraine, like Fervent Champion. Yeah, we'll keep this hand. We do go first, so we get to play our Spitter. Okay. That's not bad for us. This kind of slow start from our opponent. We also got our 3rd land here, so that's pretty good. Alright, opponent. You want to sack your land now? Sure. Let's see what colors they're playing. Most likely it's Golgari or Sultai. Sure. We could also be facing some sort of mono black, sorry. Play the Street Dodger here as well. I think we could have played that there, but I want to see what our opponent decides to do. They could have a shock in hand, so give them options. Okay.
Won't lie, I'm a pretty great player. Go get him, buddies.
So, yeah, next turn we can create the elementals and Heartfire the Knight of Evil Legion or something else. Okay, sure. Alright, they're setting up their blockers here. That is fine, opponent.
I thought this was a sparring match. Go get him, buddies.
Whatever our opponent blocks here with the Knight of Evil Legion will sacrifice. If we draw into a cavalcade, we most likely win. Let's see what our opponent decides to do. They are lacking the extra black mana for the rider. Sure, Rudging Register is fine. Interesting. Our opponent is choosing to attack us here.
Happy right now.
We'll keep our champion back. See what our opponent discards. Okay, another register. That is fine. Teen Street Dodger turns out to be a great card in these conditions. Okay, this means we win the game. So that's 3, 5, not yet. 7. Alright, if our opponent has something to get rid of our last Teen Street Dodger, they win. Yeah, the reason we didn't attack with this is because if we attacked with all of them and you know, we get one more damage in, it would still be at 1. So we'll do this, and I believe this wins us the game. Good game, opponent. Still trying to figure out how they're gonna survive, not sure. Alright, good game.
That was all for today. Please make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and click the bell icon if you want to get notified whenever we upload new videos. Have a good one.